evening, unique couples community. How's everybody doing this evening? I am Vito Patrick, one half of Vito and Linda of Unique Couples, and I want to welcome you to Unique Couples Sunday Night Live. And you're going to be in for a treat today, and you're going to be in for a treat this whole month of June. So June is dubbed as Men's Month, and as you can see, it's just me, and we have a special guest who is in the house who's going to be introduced shortly. So we're going to be featuring just men this whole month, and we're going to be in for a great time this evening. This evening, we're going to be talking about the importance of men's health. That's what we're going to be talking about this evening. But just before we dive into our conversation, if you haven't subscribed to the Unique Couples YouTube channel, you want to go ahead and subscribe to the Unique Couples YouTube channel. Make sure you press that subscribe button and you turn on that notification bell. And once you turn on that notification bell, make sure you select all so you can know every time we go live here at Unique Couples. Thank you for those who have already subscribed to our channel. So go ahead and subscribe to the Unique Couples YouTube channel. For those of you that are watching, go ahead and put in hashtag live squad in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from, how many years you've been married, and make sure, wives, if your husband isn't with you, grab your husband. This is an important conversation. Your husband needs to be here. He needs to be a part of this conversation. For those of you that are watching the replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. So we're going to be talking about the importance of men's health this evening. Also, just want to remind you all, tomorrow evening, we have Sip and Spill. Yes, we have Sip and Spill in the Unique Couples Marriage Club. The link is in the chat for the Unique Couples Marriage Club. The How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group. Yes, How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group. We have Sip and Spill tomorrow. So you want to make sure if you're not a part of the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group, go ahead and click on that link so you can be a part of the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. Every Monday is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Sip and Spill. So you want to make sure you tune in for that tomorrow evening. Like I said earlier, we have a special guest in the house, Dr. Colley. Dr. Colley, good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Well, a pleasant good evening, Brother Patrick. I'm doing fine and blessed and grateful. So thank you so much, and a pleasure to be here with you.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yes, it's a privilege to have you here on the platform today, the Unique Couples community. We are looking forward to the conversation. We're looking forward to having a great time. And wives, like I said earlier, make sure you get your husband, and your husband is here with you. And even tell a uncle, tell a brother, tell a cousin. Make sure we want all men to hear this conversation this evening. So go ahead and make sure you share. So Dr. Colley, can you go
Yes.
ahead and tell our viewing audience a little about Dr. Colley?
Well, again, delighted to be here. Thank you for the wonderful work you're doing. First of all, you and your darling wife at Unique Couples. And I was just going on Facebook and YouTube and liking it and sharing it with, tons of people just now to get back on here and to be here. My wife is in the back somewhere watching and sharing. And so we are delighted to be a part of this. Well, just to summarize it, I'm just someone who, loves the heart of the Lord. And he's called me into a number of areas, unique areas. One, into the ministry, senior pastor for about 12 years now, and with my wife. And we just love the Lord, sharing with his people here and anywhere we can go in the nations. And she and I have, just love touching people's lives. Also part of that calling is the medical arena. So I've shared 10 years at the public sector, in the public sector, in the neuropsychiatry department. And for the last 10 years, though, I've been doing family medicine. Did some extra training in family medicine. So from the cradle to the elderly, that's what we do through the week. And of course, with our family, just thanking the Lord for my wife Shallaywa and son Malik, and all the other people who call on us as adopted parents in the Lord or in the work of the Lord somewhere around. So we're grateful to the Lord for what He's doing, and we just love spending time and enjoying life day by day.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
So you're very busy through the week, through the weekend. You're very busy, and it's all about helping people, which is very important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. That's our heart of service. We just love serving people and helping people, and we thank the Lord for giving us the grace to do it. It's we've thrown our lives into it, and the Lord has really undergirded us, given us the strength and the patience and everything we need to just do it one day at a time while protecting ourselves. It's very important as you pour out to others. You have to make time for your family, definitely your personal life, your personal health, your family's health, and just your personal development with your family. So that's very important to do while you're helping other people. You don't get lost in the cycle of pouring out yourself and forgetting yourself at the end. So I know this is what we're going to be talking about a lot today.
Yeah. So, and I love how you talk about personal health. And like I
Yes.
said earlier, today we're talking on the topic, the importance of men's health.
Yes,
So I
sir.
just want you to go ahead and tell us, how important is a man's health?
Oh my goodness, you've asked a loaded question, and since you've asked that, we've just been praying and preparing and studying. Well, the most important thing is understanding. Number one, God has given us a very important task, and that task is to manage our health and manage our well-being and manage everything around us. And in particular for men, that's a great responsibility. We not only are responsible for our own lives, which we're going to talk about, our own health, but also the health of our families. And also protecting them, nurturing them, pouring out into them. In fact, the man is the father of the home, and the word father, both in the Old Testament, New Testament, means source. The Abba, we are the source of everyone else. They pull on us. Our wives pull on us, our children pull on us, our community, our workplace, constantly pulling on us as men, because we are the foundation of the family, the foundation of the home, the foundation of the community. I know in many, and I applaud the women in many countries and many single women who have done it, but really God's ordained way is for the man to be the foundation, the head, the leader, the director, and the source for the family. So in order to do that, we have to stay very healthy and strong. And that's because, again, the demand. So the first demand is us. Of course, we saw Adam being called first, being created first, and then given an assignment. That assignment we have to do on the earth requires us to be healthy. Just by the Christian principles, just by the principles in the Word of God, it helps with 90% of that. What do I mean? Just eating right, exercising, avoiding certain lifestyles. The Bible talks about so many types of lifestyle, in particular, promiscuous lifestyles, drinking, drugs, debauchery, all of these things. They really, if you abide by the Bible, you can have a pretty much healthy life. You're not going to go out there and just eat whatever you want. You're not going to drink. You're not going to smoke dope. You're not going to use crack cocaine. You're not going to run your body day and night and break it down. There's a certain value system you will have, and that is, my body is the temple. It is precious. The Lord wants to live in me, and with this body, I have to carry out a personal assignment that God wants me to fulfill in the earth that no one else can do. And then when that's done, I have to take on a wife and a sister with the same thing, and children, and it doesn't stop there, down the generation. The second and third generation, should the Lord allow you to see it, you have to pour into the generation, and it never ends. So a lot of men don't have that long-term thinking that, hey, a wise man leaves an inheritance for what? His children's children. Part of
Yeah.
that is life. Part of that is being around, alive to see them, to impart the knowledge that would have taken you 30, 40, 50, 60 years to build. Part of that is building, financial stability, because you have good health. When you have good
Yeah.
health, you can build properly. Part of that is saving. Part of that is, growing in your influence in your city, in your nation. All of these things are inheritances that you can give to your wife, to your children, and your children's children. But sadly, you cannot do that if you're riddled with heart disease, if
Hmm.
you're riddled with cancer, if you're riddled with hypertension or had a stroke. And these things can happen to almost anyone, but the risk goes down significantly if you're walking, if you're exercising, if you're eating
Yeah.
right. You don't have diabetes, you don't have hypertension. You get your regular annual checks to make sure your blood is good, your prostate is fine. And of course, doing these screenings help you to detect any diseases early on so that they can be treated. But
Yeah.
of course,
I know you
exercise,
said
yes.
I know you said that was a loaded question, but you are reading my notes.
Oh, praise the Lord. Go ahead, stop me. Let's go. Let's talk.
No, no, go ahead though. Go ahead. You
Y-
you are hitting on a lot of key points, and you even throw in there financial stability, and we're
Yes,
talking about men's health, and you're hitting on some key points because you have to be healthy so you can have that financial stability.
absolutely.
So I just love it. You're hitting on a lot of key points, and like
Yeah,
you mentioned, that question was a bit loaded, but
yeah.
you are breaking it down, and you kind of leading right into the next point that I want you to talk about, and
Okay.
that is how important is health and fitness to a man at a later stage in life. So you
Oh
started
my
to talk
goodness.
about it, so you can just go ahead.
Yes, Vito, the interesting thing is health is a ongoing, continuous process, meaning that it can start at any time. And at any point you start, whether in your 20s, 30s, 60s, or 70s, if you get on a healthy regimen of dietary foods you should eat, meal planning, planning out your meals every day, having high protein, lots of fruits and vegetables, low carbohydrates, low sugar, large amounts of water, proper sleep and rest, and just getting 30 to 45 minutes of cardiovascular work, walking, swimming, running, basketball, soccer, playing baseball, just outdoors, doing something, moving, getting the heart rate up. I mean, all of the studies in medicine show that these type of things reduce the risk of
Mhm.
heart disease, which is, enlarged hearts, heart attacks, heart failure. And then we talk about the vascular part, reduces the risk for, cholesterol buildup, which can lead to, cardiac, again, a heart attack or stroke, lose the kidneys. Exercise and nutrition decreases the risk for many types of cancers, colon cancer, stomach cancer, and just general forms of cancers. And of course, it lifts the mood, elevates the mental health. And this is a thing we don't talk about as well, the mental health. A lot of men who you think are just tired and just, negative and have a bad attitude, a lot of them have a poor mental health. Their energy levels are low, they are stressed, they're burdened, and they don't have an outlet of exercise and nutrition. And so they become the grumpy men who come home and frustrate the family, beat the children, or go to the bar, get drunk before they come home and just terrorize the house, because these men don't really have a balance. And balance is very important. We as men have to tell our wives. And I told my wife again this week, every other week you have to, reinforce, hey, I'm going to take some time out and go to the gym. I take some time and run around the yard or run on the beach. We need to have that personal time where we
Yeah.
said, darling, family, children, I need some time to exercise. I need a time to get some fresh air. It might just be going to play basketball with some buddies. I need to, maybe get on a regimen depending on your fitness goals. I mean, your
Yeah.
goals might be, I want to be 80, healthy, strong, have a sound mind, still working up to that period of time. Then you got to start from now, starting from now or any point. And that goal might require you to work out 3, 4 times a week. If that's not your goal and you're thin and you're overall healthy, you don't have a lot of risks of diseases in your family. If you have hypertension or high cholesterol or diabetes, and someone in your family, mom, dad, sister, brother, had prostate cancer or a heart attack or stroke or died very young, then at 50s or 60s, you might want to start really working out very early because your family history is different from everyone else.
Everybody
You have
else.
to
Yeah.
develop a system of eating and working out because that brother across the street, that might not be a problem in his family. And he can live up to 80, 90 without doing what you need to do. But you might have to put in extra work in
Extra
your
work.
fitness program because of your family, because mommy
Yeah.
was heavy, dad is heavy, and all of the siblings of your dad and your mom have comorbid or conditions, chronic medical conditions. You have to develop something earlier, stick to it, and work harder. But in any event, everyone benefits.
Yeah.
Everyone benefits from proper diet exercise program.
All right. And I wanna go back to a point that you would have
Yeah.
mentioned. But just before we do that, for those of you that are just tuning in, we are here today with Dr. Colley, and we're talking on the importance of men's health. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Franklin. Hello, Vanya K. Thank you for joining us. So, Dr. Colley, you
Yes.
mentioned something that I want us to dive into, and uh, I know it can be debatable, but
Yes.
you talked about the importance of rest,
Yeah.
and we all know the body needs a certain amount of rest, a certain amount of
Yes.
hours you should sleep a night, because
Yes,
we
sir.
know that if you don't rest the body will eventually rest itself.
Yes, sir.
So uh, I'm gonna ask you to be sort of general, or you can just be specific, or you can
Yeah.
just get straight to the point. How many hours of sleep should we get a night? Because I know that question is always debatable. You always hear 6, you hear 7, you hear 8. So it all depends, because you're also told when you have dreams and goals, you either have to be up late or wake up early. So help us out here.
Yeah, very good. The answer to that is you want 8. I would say all the studies are coming out saying 7 to 8 uh, deep sleep. Okay, tossing and turning is not deep sleep. It's a certain level of deep sleep where your mind is in complete rest and your physical body is in a rest, full state of rest. So 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep. Again, exercise helps with deep sleep. When you sleep, a number of things happen, really, and I'll summarize it. When you get a good sleep, your mind and the neurons in the brain that has been firing all day, like now, you mightn't think about that, but your brain is recording millions of pieces of information per second. It's getting information from all your parts of your body, your internal organs, and everything around you. You might not know it, but your brain is picking up and recording and firing off the nerves. So when you rest, those nerves get a chance to stop the excessive firing from stimulus from all over. Your brain gets to stop and reset. Your heart rate is supposed to decrease now. Your breathing decreases. Your internal organs have a chance to rest as well and to heal and to repair and to regenerate. The body, God has designed it to be able to heal itself. If you sleep, those stress hormones, cortisone goes down, the heart rate goes down, the bowel rests. If you didn't have a heavy meal before going to bed, your GI system rests and your body recharges itself for the following day. So 7 to 8 hours of deep rest is key.
Wow. Unique Couples Community, you are getting a lot of great information here today from Dr. Kelafo Collie. And go ahead, put those questions in the chat if you have any questions. Lots of great information, Dr. Colley. Like he said, 7 to 8 hours deep sleep.
Yeah.
So a lot of us have some homework to do. We need to
Yes.
figure out how we're gonna get that 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
we're waking up 6 a.m. in the morning, that means we need to get to sleep somewhere around
10.
10:30,
Yeah.
11
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
folks,
and it's a stretch, but again, your body, like you said, if you don't rest, your body will rest you one day. And
yes,
so you need a deep sleep. Again, there are some sleep tips that can be used, and that is trying to eat your last meal 5 to 6 o'clock. So if you go to bed at 10, you shouldn't be eating 8 or 9 o'clock. First of all, it's going to take your body 3 to 4 hours to digest that food.
digest that food.
And so it means you have to sit up, or even if you're laying down, your body is working, using energy to break that food down while you're supposed to be sleeping. And so a lot of people, that's why they wake up tired and low energy, because your body has used, so much energy overnight trying to break down that food. So if you have your last meal, a light meal, in fact, you should have your biggest meal in the
Breakfast.
morning,
Yes.
lighter at lunch, and a lightest at dinner. Because again, you're preparing for meal. For bedtime, you want a small meal that could be digested in 2 to 3 hours. You take a nice shower. You get in your room. You do whatever you need to do. And there's some sleeping tips that help people. That we tell people, try not to have a TV on in the room when you sleep. And I know a lot of people sleep with the TV on. That's not deep, what we call REM sleep. REM sleep. I want you to Google that, because your mind, if you have the TV on, your mind is still recording. If you have lights on, it's still recording. To get that deep sleep, you should have all the lights off. It should be a dark room. It should be cool. You should have eaten much earlier. You should have taken if you have a nice shower. Some people have a nice chamomile tea or light milk that helps you to sleep for some people, and then get a comfortable sleep at night. Of course, that's not ideal. No one is going to have a perfect 8 hours every night, especially as a married couple. Amen? So there are going to be some nights that's adjusted, but it's all right. The concept is you want to get a fairly restful night. And in fact, if you want to be a unique couple and a marriage talking, in fact, you know that spending time with your spouse intimately, is holding each other, or even intercourse, helps with relaxation and produces endorphins that help you with sleep and relaxation and getting a deep sleep anyway. So
definitely.
it might not happen that you have that perfect 8 hours, especially if you have some family duties to take care of, or a newborn baby, or just a travel or a change or work schedule. But again, the ideal is getting a quiet, peaceful, deep, what we call REM sleep, where you get into deep sleep to the point you're dreaming, and not every little sound startles you and you're up every minute through the night. That's not sleeping. You have to be to the point of REM sleep where you're in a deep sleep, and it's almost like you don't even hear when the phone is ringing or the cars are driving by, and you get that type of sleep and wake up in the morning. You should be really refreshed.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Like I said, lots of great information. Unique Couples community. Go ahead and put those questions in the chat if you have any. So, Dr. Colley, what role does vitamins, supplements, and an annual physical play in a man's health? And I know you kind of touched on the physical earlier, but what role does vitamins, supplements, and an annual physical play?
Yes. Excellent question. Again, it goes back to, I want to live long and I want to live healthy and strong while I'm living. That's the key thing both couples should be thinking of. You want to enjoy the days with your family and your grandkids. You have to see that. You have to want that. You have to see down the line. And so when we
let me just take a point there, though, Dr. Colley. So we all know that women, when something is wrong with a woman, they go to the doctor right away.
Yes.
For some reason, us men, we are either macho, or we are scared to go to the doctor, or we don't want to go to the doctor. So also kind of get that in there for the men that are watching, the importance of doing that annual physical, going to the doctor when something is wrong.
Absolutely. Exactly. So one, with the vitamins, and I'm going to come to the point. So the food we are eating does not have the vitamins, the minerals, the supplements that our body needs. The vitamins, the sodium, potassium, magnesium, the bromide, the chloride, these are all the metals. Then there are superfoods now. So you want to get a good supplement that gives you a lot of whole foods now. And the science is picking up now. Back maybe 100 years ago, our foreparents ate from the land. They had the vegetables and their ground provision, and they ate fish out of the sea and fresh pork. And if you're an Adventist, you're eating fresh mutton, freshly cut chicken, and they ate it fresh and raw. The eggs and all were not processed. So these things had a lot of nutrients, a lot of value. The food now is fast-tracked. They are pumping food out to meet the demand of the commercial needs. And so the bananas, no one wants those, banana from the back of the tree. I love them. Give me those local bananas that are still a little green, but when you eat them, it's ripe. We want the nice yellow ones that were sprayed and, quickly matured. And so it's a reality. Our world has foods that are not filled with supplements and nutrients. And so you see the milk fortified with vitamin A, D, E. You see the cereals now. You see the baby food. You see the canned foods now, all pushing that they are now supplemented with these wonderful vitamins. So it's very important to get a vitamin, because most of us do not eat 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And if you do, thumbs up. But most of us don't have 2-3 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables with every meal throughout the day. So we need a supplement to replace and to provide our bodies with the essential vitamins, minerals, nutrients that our body needs to be healthy, to be strong, to replenish, to heal itself. Some things are there like antioxidants and multivitamins, especially vitamin C, that fights off cancer, or if cancer's in the body's cells are able to just be strengthened and consume it. And so men are just, we've been trained from our fathers and forefathers that men are to be tough. We can get over things. Women have been taught that if anything is wrong, go get checked. Yeah. And I'm hoping that changes. I'm seeing a little change in it now. Men who are now understanding I could be macho, but I need help. I could be macho, but listen, I'm having a chest pain and I need to see a doctor. I'm peeing blood, or I'm passing blood in my stool. Something is wrong. I'm not going to keep doing this and prolonging it. And part of that is, father, grandfather saying, be tough, tug it out. Don't be soft. You don't have to run to the doctor for everything. Part of that is financial. If you have a family now, you're afraid that, boy, if I go to see a doctor, this might be $200-$300. I might have to get expensive tests, $500-$600, whatever, something that is needing surgery. I think it's the fact that men, especially those who don't have insurance, feel, boy, I rather avoid this. And if something happens, let me just, go quietly, because this might cost my family thousands of dollars that I don't have, and I don't want to leave them in debt. So it's that balance of, economics, going through this pain, the struggle, not wanting to worry the wife or the children, not to want to put the burden on them, when most of the time they don't have that view. They want to stand with most families, and walk through the process. And sometimes it's something that can be corrected. So we encourage men, please, anything happening, prevention. Get your annuals. And if something shows up, get to the bottom of it right away, because there are so many techniques you can live now. Don't wait for the last minute. And you can be macho, but it's all right now to say, I'm having a problem. And that thing is, I'm seeing a lot of more men come up and saying, hey, even with erectile dysfunction, in this society with macho men, a lot of men now are coming out and saying, hey, doc, I need some help. I need some help. And a lot of time it's the wives. So we want to congratulate the wives. Most of the wives, men who come and deal with erectile dysfunction or something going on, their wives are there and they said, hey, no, I'm coming with you because I don't trust you to tell the doctor the whole story. And so we thank God for those wives who do come out and say, hey, he has this problem. when they don't know what to say and how to say it, and they're getting the help earlier.
Yes, thank God for the wives, because they tend to make sure the men take care of themselves. That's very
Absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
And going into our next point, and this one comes from the physical, right? So
Yes.
many of our men shy away from getting their prostate check.
Yeah.
Why is checking the prostate a part of being a healthy male? What
Yeah.
advice would you give our males who are afraid of getting their prostate check?
Yeah. Well, for those who don't know what the prostate is, it's a organ about the size of a walnut, and that organ is responsible for producing fluids that are helpful for during ejaculation. It helps to produce some of the fluid that the sperm travels in for pregnancy during ejaculation. But it's also an organ that is very important to the overall sexual health. When the prostate is not well, a lot of problems happen. For example, when the prostate is enlarged, because it's right behind or wrapping around the bladder, if you could see it in a 3D, if that prostate becomes enlarged, either to an infection or just inflammation or cancer, then you will have changes in the urinary tract, meaning the person goes to the bathroom, they may take longer to pee. When they pee, it comes out dribbling instead of the stream and force. Sometimes they can see blood. Sometimes after they finish peeing, it's still feeling, urine. They're not completely empty. And so this can be cause of distress for the male. It can also affect erection if there's prostate cancer or prostate infection. So it's very important to get that prostate check. Also, men, to note, sometimes if the prostate is enlarged, it can bulge backward to the bowel, so there'll be bowel changes. If there's a cancer in the prostate, some men will have extreme pain on urinating blood when they urinate, pain in the lower abdomen, pain in the back, pain on passing stools. This because it's a cancer, it's so big, it's bulging, and it's preventing these other organs from functioning. So the prostate is very important to a man's health and well-being. And at this point, there are a few ways to check to see how the prostate looks. One, you can do ultrasound. Many men didn't know that. There is a way you could use the ultrasound and take a look at the prostate. That's one. Secondly, through the PSA, through the bloods, you can take bloods off and check the prostate-specific antigen levels, what we call PSA, and to see how healthy the prostate is. And at last, but not least, there are other ways, but the most three common ones are then the digital rectal exam, which is a difficult one, where we take the digit, this one we call digital, so DRE, or digital rectal exam, because when you put the digit in through the anus into the rectum and press forward, the prostate is right against that wall. So it's one of the easiest ways for screening that a doctor can just, your primary care doctor, your family doctor can just go in, get a quick sweep, feel around the edges, feel around the entire surface and the body of the prostate, and just give a general idea. Is it larger, smaller than normal? Or is it has a lump in some area, a bump in an area? Basically, just a general quick sweep to give you an idea. And if it's anything suspicious, then they could go on to do maybe a biopsy or some other screening. But it's very important, Vito, to get that prostate check. Don't be afraid. It's uncomfortable. It should be about 30 seconds, but it's 30 seconds to 60 seconds that can save your life, your husband's life, your father's life, or your loved one's life. I'm tired of, man coming in too late, haven't had their prostate check in years. And right now, you really should start it at age 45. But if you've had a father, a brother, first-degree relative who's had prostate cancer, prostate disease, let's say at 40, then you should check it 5 years earlier. So you should start like 40. If your relative got tested at 40 and it was abnormal or with cancer, you should start getting a check at 35. You, the siblings and the relatives. But the general thing is at age 45, you should start getting your prostate check annually, with the blood prostate levels. And it saves lives. It's a simple test where every time you go to your doctor's office for your annual physical once a year, you should get a check. And if the doctor sees fit, if you come in with bleeding or passing blood, to check it again in the year, it's fine as well.
Awesome, awesome. Lots of information. Man, there is no excuse for not getting your prostate check. And like Dr. Colley said, there are 3 different ways where you can get your prostate check. So once you are 40 plus, go ahead and start getting that prostate check. Because like you said, that prostate is very important. So you want to make sure to do that. And if you're not going to do it, your wife probably is going to make you do it.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Make sure you get your prostate check. And lots of great information Dr. Colley has been sharing with us. And we are about to bring the conversation to an end. But go ahead, put those questions in. If you have any other additional questions you would like for me to ask Dr. Colley. But he shared and he touched just about everything in terms of the importance of man's health, in terms of man, what you need to do to take care of yourself. So, Dr. Colley, can you go ahead and tell the men that are watching, tell the Unique Couples community, just give them some parting words in terms of best advice that you will give to men in terms of their health.
Yeah, thank you again. There's a few things. One, begin now. It's never too late. Begin today to take care of your health and your well-being. 2, it's never an end game. The reality is we're going to be focusing on our health and wellness until the very end. That's how we should think. Thirdly, just like this program's name is, do it as a couple. You and your wife, I remember meeting at a conference, you talked about how you and your wife, Vita, would walk and exercise together. I mean, you need a partner. There's no use you trying to do it and your wife is doing something else. If you're courting, you're dating, you're planning to get married, it's a wonderful way to grow together. My wife and I have tried it and we keep doing it. It's a wonderful time to talk, to stretch, to exercise, to be outdoors together, doing something physical together. It builds that bond. So do it as a couple. Do it together. And it's going to be a wonderful thing in your marriage you can carry over to do. It might not be perfect as things change, but keep it on the agenda. Fourthly, talk about it with your spouse. Talk about your health goals. On my fridge, I have some health goals of my weight gain. I want a weight level I want to get, and my wife's weight level. And we have things on, meal planning, what we should eat, what we should not eat. Put it on your fridge. I'm working on it. You got to keep working at it. So to talk about it, set those goals, just like you said, your financial goals together, your childbearing goals, what you want to accomplish by certain years. You should want to have some physical and mental health goals that you want to set and maintain once you hit those points. Next, you want to, again, man, stay away from smoking. It kills, plain and simple. That's one of the biggest killers for heart disease, stroke, and so many other things, cancers, throat cancer, stomach cancer, alcohol, if you're drinking, cut it down to insignificant amounts. And if you don't drink, don't start. Okay. So we talk about cutting alcohol. Exercise, get out there and have, every week, whatever it is, just walking around your yard, doing some push-ups, doing some sit-ups. There's so many routines now online or around that you could pull up in just 15, 20 minutes in your house. You don't have to spend a lot of money going to the gym. Next, you want to have your annual physical done. Go out and get your annual physical, man. Go and get checked, get your prostate, get your heart, get ECG, get your bloods done. It's a little costly, but it's worth it once a year to have those things done and just follow up. If there are any things throughout the year, go to your doctor, see them. That's what they're there for. Build a relationship with a good healthcare provider so that when you do have these things, you feel comfortable saying, I have a chest pain. I'm peeing blood. I haven't told my wife this yet. I don't want to frighten her. What do you think? have a relationship with someone in the healthcare who can, tell you what to do and get help. And as you're telling your spouse about it, maybe that person needs to talk to you and the spouse in that space to make you both comfortable as you go through the process. Next, man, take a proper diet. The new thing now is meal planning. Setting your meals through the week, preparing it, and just going through with that. And of course, you want to avoid these high sugary diets. You want lots of fruits and vegetables with each meal. Protein, cut the carbohydrates, the sugar, the starches, the bread, the rice, and have 3 solid meals through the week. And if you're not getting all the nutrients, get a good healthy vitamins. There are a lot of ones out there. Do your research. I can tell you, if you want some things I take. And depending on your health goals and your family condition, you might need to take some of you extra vitamin C, some of you extra zinc, whatever the case may be. And of course, man, just continue to be open with your partners about your health goals. And when health things happen, bring them along, bring the family along. And it's fun when you bring the family along to eat healthy. You will stick to it. You will take the lead in it. And hopefully, by God's grace, doing these things, exercising, getting that fresh air, getting sunlight every day. I just go out and get sunlight, get the fresh air as much as you can, driving and at home, let the fresh air blow. Turn off the AC, only if you need to do it. But get that fresh air and get a good night's sleep at the end of the night. Take care of your mental health. A lot of guys who drink and smoke and go out there and do foolishness, they don't really want to do it, a lot of them. They're just under a lot of stress because their mental health is disturbed. And even if you have a mental health issue, find a professional to give you mental health therapy. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. If you're having problems, iron out things in your marriage, your life, your finances, your home, find a therapist who can help you structure that so that you can restore your proper mental health. Or if you're not sleeping, don't be afraid to ask your primary care doctor, your family doctor, Doc, I'm not sleeping, not getting a deep sleep. I need something to take. And get a couple good nights sleep until your body resets and start being able to sleep on your own. So again, thank you so much. I know it's much more, but we'll end there. I know we have to stick with time. Thank you again for having me. It's a pleasure, and I hope I can be of some assistance again in the future.
Yes, Dr. Colley. So there you have it, Unique Couples Community. Dr. Colley gave the men all the advice what they need, everything that they need to do. And one of the things that he mentioned was, he said, start now.
Yeah.
And he mentioned you have to put in the work. And for our Unique Couples Community, you always hear us say, marriage is work.
Yeah.
Because in a marriage, you have 2 different persons from 2 different backgrounds coming together as one.
Yes.
And you have to put that work in your marriage every day. And here it is, when it comes to your health, you also have to put that work in as well. So men, like Dr. Colley says, you have to put that work in so you can be healthy.
Yes.
That's very, very important. So you want to make sure you follow all of the advice that Dr. Colley gave us. And we just want to thank him for taking time out of his schedule for being here with us today on Unique Couples Sunday Night Live. So I also want to just mention that you want to join the conversations that's taking place on all things marriage and family in our free How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group, and sign up to receive our free 7 days of Loving Your Spouse tracker. So the link is in the description. So go ahead and click on that link, what's in the description. So that's the Loving How I Love My Spouse tracker.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
And click on that link in the description so you can get that free 7-day How I Love My Spouse tracker. So you want to make sure you do that. You want to make sure you get that. Also, you want to have those hard conversations? Well, register today to join our upcoming Couples Connect Communicate to Elevate workshop. So this is a workshop that we're having on communication. So Communicate to Elevate workshop. So the link also is in the description. So you want to go ahead and register for that as well today. So you have to, like Dr. Colley mentioned, you have to put the work in when it comes to your health, and you also have
Yes.
to put the work in when it comes to your marriage. So communication is very key. It's vital in the marriage. So go ahead and be a part of the Communicate to Elevate Couples Workshop. So you want to make sure you do that. Make sure you be there. And like I also mentioned, the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. It's a free group. It's a private group on Facebook. The link is in the description as well. So
Okay.
join the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. So as we bring this conversation to a close, Dr. Colley, can
Yes.
you tell our viewing audience how they can connect with you?
Wow. Before I said that, thank you again for having me. It was a joy and a pleasure. Again, congratulations for the 2 years, 100 episodes. That's awesome. And of course, your unique couple and all couples and all the things you're doing for marriages. I mean, I just salute you and your wife. I'm just overjoyed and honored to be here with you, supporting this vision. I believe in strong marriages for healthy families, communities. I am just grateful for the Lord, for you and your wife doing such an amazing job saving families, strengthening families, helping families. God bless you, and with this powerful ministry that you're doing. And so, thank you again. And God bless you. My wife and I have been praying. I signed on to your subscribe to your YouTube and also to the Unique Couples on Facebook, so that we can connect and stay following and see how we can strengthen you and your ministry. But again, those who want to connect with us, oh my goodness, Facebook, Kelafo Collie. For the clinic, it's Ralpha Health Center, RALPHAHEALT Center, CENTRE, .com. And with that, if you want to see in person or telehealth, we provide that type of service. And I hope I'm not missing anything. The ministry is Kingdom Apostolic Ministries International. So KAMG Bahamas.com. And those are the three areas you can reach out to us and my wife and I and see how best we can help you with any of your questions or your concerns. We'll be happy to contact with you. And my cell or the office number is 352-2130. And we're there, and I take your calls, whatever I can do to help you and your family. So again, thank you. So hopefully you got all of those things
Yes.
there. Brother Vito
Yes,
could probably put in the link later on.
yes, we got it. And we just want to thank you too for taking time out of your schedule
Yeah.
for sharing with us this evening here on Unique Couples Sunday Night Live. So just want to say thank you again. And
Yeah.
we had a great time this evening, and lots of information that was shared. And man, you can go ahead and watch the replay. You can go
Yeah.
ahead and share it as well. It's right there on the Unique Couples YouTube channel. So make sure you tell other men about it as well, because men's health is very, very important. So,
Absolutely.
so once again, thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Colley. We
Thank
had
you.
fun this evening, and I want to thank our Unique Couples community for tuning in with us this
Yes.
evening as well. So, like I said earlier, see you all tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group for Sip and Spill. You don't want to miss it. So here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. We love you
Awesome.
guys. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7:30 in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group. Have a great evening.
God bless.